Ooh, started a bit early today, but um, but yeah, had sort of other plans. They didn't really materialize. I'm quite keen to get into this now that we gathered all this stuff. So hopefully, work. I updated OBS. Had to roll it back. Like things are coming through. From window. If we can hear anything. That sounds good. Okay. Here we go. Oh, do this a lot now. There's certain lag. Start. Yeah, that's definitely not it. Right, let's capture the screen if we can. I think that is though. Right. Here we go. Well, the car's a bit of a mess. Oh, I did the thing. Hang on. Right. Let's do things on the checklist. Grab our box. I'll turn off the beacon. They prey on vehicles. It's like they eat them. Right, let's see what the monsters do for us. Plastic, always welcome. Chemicals, always welcome. Ooh, dumpster pearls. 2 dumpster pearls. We are cup runners over. You done? Yeah. Right. Get the goodies. Okay, we'll leave that locked now. Majority of stuff is in the boot. Having a good old think about that. Got a lot. Right, you're crushing that. We're gonna consolidate those. Yeah, we're taking all this stuff. Got to do anything with that. I can definitely fit stuff there. Probably fits there, doesn't it? Right, let's pop these away. Running out of space for these. We'll clear some. Okay. Rock. That is there, that's it. We have a lot of stuff in our backpack as well. What that for? That didn't turn out to be super useful. New customization. Oh. Bolts, doors. Oh, we've got a new place for car lights. These. Okay. Go storage. Yeah. So those need to be dragged by the grabby things. Find out in the zone, isn't there? Customization. Oh. And mounted stoplight. Is there anything we want to replace? 2 of these. So I think. Oh no, I think we want that to go there. Oh, we can do it this way. That's nice. There we go. That was good. And we'll put the neon rockets on. And you deconstruct it. I think we're definitely out of space. Oh, you get paint and stuff out. Right, that's cool. So I haven't really found the anchor radar to be super useful. But we have got a lot of marsh eggs. Quite a lot of corrupt energy. So one of the things I was wanting was this. That we will need limb chips. Like being able to repair the car quickly. That requires... require any Olympian fabric. We need 4. I'm going to take a save here, otherwise I need to get a spreadsheet. Sure. Oh, we didn't have enough marsh eggs. So let's reload that. Spreadsheet. A lot of stuff. So we would need a marsh eggs for this. Oh, I'm not even on the right screen. Damn it. Oh well. We'll consider this. Let's go to knocking bullets. Those. So. Oh, if we've seen one of those, we haven't done it. Incident board, Olympium tool. Well, we're going to need one of those, so... anything that helps keep us decent prepared. Right. here we go. So marsh eggs and a few limpium fragments. I'll make 2. Now, I'll probably start dropping some of these air kits in favour of the things we got. Use this Yeah, that's one of his last legs. Well, you serve us well. I think you're going to give us anything. That's fine, we've got spares. That's a panel. We don't have spares. Let's go and check if we've got any out in the yard. Lead plated door, lead plated panel, base panel, off-road tile. Right, those can go in the restore. Let's get the crate. Where have I dropped it this time? Fine, let's have a tidy up. I've spotted it, but this is easier. Right, let's pick up the stuff that can be spared. Right, that's good. Those can go in here. These are armoured panels, but the panels in the back then. I'm thinking maybe that might be better off as an armoured door. I don't know. And this is books. Have any armoured panels? No. Armoured panels. Rated anti-corrosive. Bed. Rated panel. No, it's all armoured now, isn't it? Insulated, 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 anti-corrosive, insulated. So, I guess could do is put these in for repair, or as many of them we can. Build some new ones. So 3 doors, 3 lead-plated doors, 1 armor panel. Can't put anything else in to be repaired. That's an armor panel. There's the line. Just have to fix up the bits that are there. Right, put those in there. Take this blowtorch and do what we can with it. Should be enough in here to do most of the job. Do. I could have made Lim Chip's engine. Oh, we need a lot more explosives than Olympian fragments. Okay. Could make an amp engine. Remember while we're here, hydro generator. Sure we've packed all the stuff we need. Put that, I'll put that. Good to have a spare of those. looking as good as it could be. Be a good idea to turn off the lights though. Okay, give us a hint. And the car is off the ground. Dashboard. Right. I don't mind that too. That for now. Right, we've now got our route. The G1D1 remains our kind of our best unlocked option. G1D1, A4 or A7. A4 is the most option. Oh, A4 doesn't get us there at all. Oh, done. Could just make it a resource run and then go for the mission. Damn it. Right. We would just go straight through. Well, we can go directly to D1, I think. Get D1 together. Oh, we get something better than explosive. Here we go. We've got a route planned. Feels like we've probably not looked at the things that we can create. Jet, no. Oh, battery. Anchor energy converter. Give that a go instead of the extra tank on the side. See how much an Olympian door. Probably can't build. Maybe we can. We could build 2 Olympian doors. 1 Olympian door. Let's see how we do with what we've got. Moment. Back, this is a good opportunity for me to not initiate the mission. Very heavy. That was good. I'm going to try the fuel side. What do we need for the roof battery again? We can add that to our shopping list. Oh, we can... Alright. That'll be a little while yet. lot of plastic. Right, I might take an early break before we set off on this. We actually have a scanner charge left, so we can go all the way there. Then to A7, A5. So that's quite reasonable. Anything we want to. Yeah, that. I'll take that. Do a bit of farming at them in the mission area at the end. That's all looking pretty good. Car's in a good state. Yeah, before we get stuck in, probably good time to go for eat. Oh, we probably have some packing to do. Let's get that done first. 2 in there. I think you have 5 to a stack. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're looking good. I wish you could shut this door again. Car is off ground. Dashboard. Compass fails. Awesome. Fine. It'll be worth finding out what that is, but we can find it out on the way. Right. Yeah. I shall be right back. Okay. And yeah, we want to head straight up to D1, D1 to A7. Yeah, we do. So D1's the hazardous area, but it's just eerie darkness, I think, there. Yeah. And ambient light ambient radiation. That's fine. Maximum storms. Okay, amount of storm. A thing I haven't recognized yet. Something else I haven't recognized yet. Okay. Thanks, full. Good, Nick. Time to go. Right, the fuel synthesizer takes a lot of juice. That may have been a bad idea. We can always pull it off. And it even operates when the ignition's on. Right. Have a look at it. Oh, but it will get full soon. into... Steel panels, steel doors. Nothing exciting. It's the plastic I'm after, really. You're here! How are you doing? Tire. Food. Twice in one day, you blessed me with your presence. What are you on? Sorry, that might sound a little sarcastic, it's not. Oh, you're a headache day. Oh. That's shitty. Hopefully, watching a screen isn't causing a problem. If it is, I insist you go and line dark room or whatever it is you want to do. Oh, the truck. You sure? Ooh. Ooh. Game is slightly louder than me. Oh, yeah. I haven't had people to tell me what's going wrong, so that's probably a bit better. Nice try, bucko. Right, so there's a trick for these guys. Makes me wonder. I don't really look at my VODs very much, although sometimes I do, just for fun. So I actually enjoy figuring out what I... Yeah, we do. There's a story to this. I can pass the time by telling you about it, if you like. It's not a mystery. Well, there are mysteries, but the basic cause is known unto us. And there's a series of radio episodes done like a podcast. Not done in there, it seems. You will not be running off with my boot. I only just found out that flares do the thing and make them head off in a different direction. Right, so what's going on here? Bulbs to thermsap crystals, which we do not have. Like, we don't have any bulbs. It's a bit annoying. That's quite a good exchange. Alright, let's get this stuff. What I will do first of all is see if the little podcast is there. Okay, I'll do a highlights and then storm on its way. But there's a little podcast we can play episodes from. Oh, there's something up with our tyres already. We'll sort that out at the gate. Let's park up here. Flat? Looks like a flat. These guys are quite... Hey, Twitching, how's it going? These guys are... Oi! Oi! Piss off. Various favourite people here. Those guys are super aggressive today. We're just gonna... Oh, it's grabbing the flare and moving it around. That's what's going on. They are attracted towards the light, apparently. Let's get through here, just out of the immediate problem. Oh, you're more than welcome. I'm doing this to while away the evening. You like all the pretty lights? It's changing based on what's on the screen up there. So if it's blue, that sounded crashy. No, it's fine. If it's mostly blue, it'll be blue. If it's mostly red, it'll be red. If it's green, it's green. Nice. So, yeah. Potted history. You're a delivery driver. You get sucked through the wall into this zone. This place is near Seattle, called the Olympic Peninsula, which I believe is a real place. And what happened is that a discovery was made of something called limb by Ophelia, whose name is contracted to Oppie in this. And the something happened. So limb technology was first sort of touted in much the same way as like radioactive technology or electricity was, and it's changed our future and so on. Then it all went kind of quiet, and then they evacuated or compulsory purchased the entire Olympic Peninsula and relocated everyone who lived there. This is Oppie's home. She's born and raised here. And you know about Oppie because she talks to you through the radio. You haven't met her. So what's happened is you've been sucked in here. And you find this car. And the people on the radio are very surprised that the car is operating. Because nothing does. Like, and they figure out something's called a remnant, which connects itself to... Look at this thing. Look at his little facing. How could you say no to that face? Now, I've just given them some treats, so I shouldn't give them any. But if anyone were to look, got a Winston up high. But either they're entirely absent or they are just continually going for enjoying your sub. Thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little moment trying to find a podcast. Frequency file.
distinct honor to
Here we go.
introduce to you the American people a new scientific frontier with a raw power like limb technology in the good hands of true patriots like Dr. Ophelia Turner. The potential is limitless. On this day, we welcome our Faraday future.
So, hopefully you can hear that.
The year is 1955. Dr. Ophelia Turner is standing next to President Koch, the top of her head barely clearing his shoulder. She stands, stiff-backed, her hazel eyes affixed on the glass and steel chamber in front of her. She does not appear to breathe until a ball of light appears out of thin air. The sight is tremendous, a lightning bolt frozen mid-strike, and the reaction immediate. The gathering audience roars with excitement and spontaneous applause. On Dr. Turner, only a tightening of her lips indicates that she hears the audience at all. Dr. Turner and President Koch pose for a picture, and she does not smile even then. That picture is the image splashed across newspapers and science journals for the next decade. The mother of limb technology, they called her. The angel of a new age. The newspapers at that time laid the titles on thick while peddling the impending utopia. Then she recedes into the bowels of a government research facility. She's never seen again in public. There are scant appearances here and there in blink and you miss it promotional videos and blatant propaganda fodder, and then she and the promise of limb technology disappear. The press coverage of limb technology is bright-eyed and bushy-tailed at first. In the decade between 1955 to 1965, limb is called many things. The promise of the future, the herald of a new age, the never spoken of again. You don't have to dig very deep for the gaps in the story to emerge.
Oh, wrong screen.
The presidential demonstration is the only physical proof we ever see of it. Compared to the Manhattan Project, developed under airtight shroud of secrecy, why was limb paraded around in the papers? And if it really was the technological quantum leap to answer all our wildest dreams, why did it blink out of existence? The story of limb technology is one hell of a maze, and the key to it is a woman named Dr. Ophelia Turner. Did Ophelia Turner, by all measure a failed physicist as far as her public record goes, truly invent limb technology? Or was she held up as a Rosie the Riveter for the Cold War? An atomic Annie to excite the masses during no-holds-barred race against the Soviet Union? Was she a myth, martyr, or monster? A figment of the imagination? True savior? Or convenient scapegoat? I'm Chiaki Saruhashi, and in this 9-part series, I aim to find out.
Well, if there was a road, it's not here anymore. On the other hand, all this rain is going to be charging up our batteries nicely. We have a converter on the back. Or on the sides, rather. So I'll do the next one in a second. Kinda hydrogen powered. Right, so we're on to part 2. I don't know if you guys are listening or capable of listening, but yeah, this gives you a summary.
Case of Dr. Ophelia Turner. When it comes to this enigmatic individual, one of 3 versions.
Contaminants in the rain, bang on.
Martyr or monster. To be able to weigh her in turn.
It's electrolyzed, so.
Scapegoat. We must first set the stage. When I started down this path to discover who she was, what she did, and ultimately what happened to her, I didn't expect it to lead me to one of the strangest mysteries of the Pacific Northwest, the Olympic Exclusion Zone. But let me rewind a bit.
Whoop.
In northwest Washington state, there are 3,600 square miles of vibrant wilderness called the Olympic Peninsula. Bounded by water on 3 sides, it was a wonderland for outdoorsy types, with snow-capped mountains and salmon-bearing rivers and pristine rainforests. Up until 1955, it was the residence of 100,000 people, including Ophelia Turner. It was her birthplace, her hometown, and, it turns out, ground zero and sacrificial lamb for the promise of limb technology. In true fashion, the government never comes out and says that's what led to the creation of the Olympic exclusion zone.
Oh,
The chain of events
that's
were in plain sight. Strange
just
accidents
cheeky.
leading to the government's claim
I wonder
of
if we can
eminent
get any.
domain and subsequent seizure of the peninsula. The evacuation of 100,000 people and the attempt and abject failure at containing the rumors that spread like wildfire. Because it turns out, even with the government's resources at your disposal, keeping secrets is a tricky business. You can bet there was plenty of talk as a result. Lucky me, because I had plenty of questions.
Right. We need this. Right, put everything in here, and we're going to see if we can make some steel plates. Hopefully we can. No! We can't craft it. So, in there is a convert basic material to high level material converter, but we cannot do it. So, I'm not going to linger and feel sorry for myself. We're just going to move on. Oh, we've punctured a tyre already. No, things seem to be going wrong with the tyres rather frequently. I might need to replace them. So there's lots of car mechanics and general sort of bettling and rebuilding of stuff and building of stuff, and it's a very me-type game. This is where we find the games set something up that takes time and means we have to take a risk. Like there'll be something that allows us to build or create steel plates. Whoa! Here. That was dumb. I don't normally hit those guys. Those are tourists. Let's get the next one up.
Here's what we know. Over 50 years ago, in November of 1946, Dr. Ophelia Turner was 27.
Yep.
She had recently returned home
Same
to the
run.
Olympic Peninsula to lick her wounds after a failed stint in academia. In a fit of obsession or redemption, or, quite frankly, both, she cobbled together a laboratory in her basement and produced the first limb wave on nothing but a killer hunch and plain ingenuity.
I'm
Or
doing
so the story
doing wonderfully,
goes.
thanks.
It's never clearly stated anywhere what limb waves and limb technology really were. It's all vague claims and wild theories, dreams that border more on the mystical than the scientific. What we do know is that limb stood for unlimited frequency. Radio waves, once souped up and modulated just right, supposedly enabled the control of matter in a way that modern science both back then and now could only dream of.
It's a game
After
of
Dr. Turner's
heavy
discovery, she and a few
Pride
friends,
by rather.
scientists and PhDs all, toyed with limb in their garage labs for about 4 years. The local police and fire departments start making regular house calls, spurred on by increasingly disgruntled neighbors calling in about incidents that seem to grow larger and more disturbing as the years go on. After one too many reports, the federal government takes notice, and thus begins their severe interest in limb technology. The next part happens quickly.
Oh, look at
In
this.
1955, the
It's a
United
friendly
States
dumpster.
government seizes not only the physical area where Dr. Turner and her scientists live, but the entire concept of limb technology. The area is at first evacuated under the pretense of safety, but quickly commandeered by the government. They establish a brand new department called ARDA, Advanced Resonance Development Authority, which was to be headed by Dr. Turner herself. Over the next 15 years, the government expands the zone's borders. They clear out civilians as they go and erect massive 500-meter walls to keep out an increasingly curious public. The zone started in the northernmost tip of the peninsula, then expanded outward twice. Once in
Thank you, friendly
1961,
dumpster.
again in 1967, to the outer perimeter we see now.
This has been quite the... This is a stop on the way somewhere else. This is cheeky. This is actually empty space. If you put stuff in there, it's going to fall out. Next file. Yeah, we've read that one, or heard that one.
After the multi-stage evacuation of the Olympic Peninsula's 100,000-strong population, the records get sketchy. Once the region is swept clean of civilian eyes, the flow of information trickles to an eventual stop. ARDA has always maintained that the evacuation was done in the name of
National security. That there was simply nothing more patriotic than sacrificing your homes, with the communists plotting our demise across the Atlantic. Certainly not because there was any danger from the strange experiments happening inside, or situations most unnatural to witness. ARDA kept a wide berth, displacing citizens far ahead of the front line, so first-hand accounts of things going awry were rare. But rumors spread fast, and everyone had some story about a distant relative whose pet changed in inexplicable ways,
or a friend,
Oh, no.
who
Where are you based,
strange life
Twitching?
into the woods and never returned. Once the civilians cleared out, the ARDA employees moved in. Scientists, officials, support staff, and their families made the Olympic exclusion zone home, reaching anywhere from 300 to 1,000 at its peak.
I've been to Hungary once.
What any of them were doing in the zone was kept hush-hush, but the population just outside the walls
Budapest?
felt the secrecy
Bloody hell.
irresistible. Every
That's worrying.
shipment of raw material, out-of-season weather pattern, and inexplicable light or sound became the talk of the town.
Oh, great.
For
Toxic
the first
rain.
decade of the zone's existence.
Again. Luckily, we're pretty well equipped, so I'm not too worried. Oh, the car's getting hurt. Should be able to fix it up at the other side. If we can get out of it. Piss off. Ah, another bus tyre. A nationwide school bomb threat. No, that's... I don't think I've ever heard of one of those happening here. There we go. So there's some... Oh, there's some gears there, not metal plates. So, it might be tempting us to head back. There, 2 metal plates, so we could swap those, but we're not going to do that. Does sound bad. Well, someone's up to something. Fake bomb threats we got here quite a lot during the Troubles. blue glowing thing will fling us in the air and hurt the car further, and it's already been bashed around enough. I'm hoping I'm going to have enough time to repair just up at the exit, which looks like we will. And thankfully we've got a lot of repair stuff, so that should... Anyway, that is a sucky thing that happened. I'm sorry. I'm glad you're taking it with... Yeah, let's get the goodies out of that. Ow! That was a bit annoying. Yeah. It's a bunny. There are bunnies of the various... Like, the elements in this are not water, earth, fire, wind. They are explosives, slime, electricity, radiation, you know. We should be fine here, actually. Let's give the car a once over, shall we? We have plenty of these. So I've got enough of these to... It would have made it worthwhile going back if I'm not wise to this game's nonsense. Fix it with fire. Fix it with fire. Okay, we've got more of them. I could have remembered... I've got to remember that limb shield in emergencies. Looking pretty good. We can just touch up this light there. Yeah, that'll do. That'll definitely do. Brum brum. Right, next episode. I should really get a camera, like, pointing at the arm of my chair so you can see what... Tony basically tries to tear the arm off. So where were we? 3. I think we've done 3.
Sadly, that's about where the cold, hard facts end. Listeners, I tried. I really did. I started my investigation in the usual fashion, digging up every piece of public record I could get. The paperwork is maddeningly typical up until 1955. Census records, soil samples, weather reports, hand-drawn survey maps, the beginnings of satellite photos, all readily available for anyone with the patience to walk themselves into a county office. Those materials don't tell me much, and I quickly am forced to turn to more dubious sources. Before the downing of multiple passenger planes and the subsequent establishment of a no-fly zone in 1962, crude aerial photos are taken and circulated. This is where things get interesting. I find fuzzy shots
of what appears to be entire mountains relocating overnight, buildings disappearing and reappearing at random, and lakes filled with water or light depending on the time of day. The resolution is dubious, making them ink blot tests in their own right. They are the stuff of dreams among amateur investigators and conspiracy theorists alike. The most outlandish, improbable, and extremely unverifiable stories came from breachers, people rumored to have jumped, tunneled, hot air ballooned their way through the walls. If they're to be believed, there is much to be uncovered. But more on that later. LIM technology is not paraded around in the press for long. As the government withdraws acknowledgement that it ever existed, the public's interest similarly begins to wane. Last verifiable activity is an exodus of ARTA employees from the zone, beginning in 1981 and followed swiftly by full decommissioning.
You've taken the hint.
In 1987.
We'll just do this bit and then I'll put some treats down. Thank you. I really need a sound for that.
With no explanation. A tomb, minutes away from the populous, perfectly normal city of Seattle, with decades of history and secrets locked inside. And that is where I'm left to fill in the enormous, ill-defined gaps.
It's a little tricky, isn't it? Mine still gets confused. I was glad I was able to help you with yours. Is there a door? There is a door. Right. Getting busy around here. It's like they're chuckling, like laughing to themselves while playing with the players. I'm glad I can bring them some amusement. Right, let's. We are hanging out far too long in this area. Let's get the next podcast up.
So that's the history of the Olympic exclusion zone. We know it absolutely existed and that something blighted the area. Dr. Ophelia Turner was a real person who grew up there, and LIM technology,
Claimed to be her invention, was the reason the zone was created. The facts point to either the pursuit of LIM or the technology itself doing something terrible to the area, and maybe even to the people who stayed behind. For such a vast, valuable area as the Olympic Peninsula to be lost to the world for the indefinite future, someone needed to take the fall. The evidence in this corner paints the target square on the martyr part of this equation. Or did Dr. Ophelia Turner know what she was unleashing upon her homeland? If she did it willingly, then she would have been a monster. But if the government strong-armed her into it, then she would have had no choice but to become a martyr. To answer that question, we need more information still.
Oh, I needed to do the treats. I forgot. Duh. Right. Right, we're gonna back the car up. Ooh. There will do. Right. First of all, treats. Let's do the Look at his little facing. All right. They are pretty cute, aren't they? Tony, Winston here is fucking magnificent. Tony is standard cat cute. I love them. All right. Where were we? There we are. Right, we're on to 3. So we are running out, and you'll soon know as much as I do.
How do you force 100,000 people out of their homes without facing major resistance?
Yes, they do that.
Even if you're the United States government,
Facing down what's being peddled as the greatest threat our nation has ever faced, the answer is you don't. This is Frequency File, Episode 3, The Human Cost. Last episode, I reported all the cold, hard facts I could get my hands on. If you missed that episode, here's the summary. There wasn't much. Now, we jump tracks to the stories of the people, to knit together old records and eyewitness accounts to form some fabric of the true story. Whoever's job it was at ARDA to suppress stories did a really good job. What they did to keep that sheer number of people from talking, and then to smear the stories that did come out, was a masterstroke of obfuscation. Unfortunately,
Oh, come off it.
The cases that made it all the way to court became public record. And the facts were these. ARDA played nice at first with a generous relocation package.
I'm gonna have to walk all the way back there if
and
there's
built
anything.
sprawling housing complexes in nearly
I'm gonna have
every
to walk all
state
the way
to
back
resettle
there.
the former
Damn it.
residents. These new communities were built as idyllic, white picket fenced neighborhoods where you were sure
Well, fine.
to
We
be
can
surrounded
do
by
at least
all-American
one thing while we're
families
here.
who shared your same values, while enjoying the benefits of government-subsidized grocery stores, school districts, and manicured public parks. Not a bad deal from the looks of things. When it came to the holdouts, the people who wouldn't leave for any amount, things got ugly. But in the end, the government won out, as it always does. And while the government has the sovereign right to seize private property, the Fifth Amendment mandates just compensation be paid for it. But it doesn't specify when or how this compensation be made, and many dissenters ended up with nothing.
Through good old loopholes and bureaucracy.
Some of whom are still pursuing their claims to this day. But the chilling thing is, those left with empty pockets consider themselves lucky. There's a saying they mutter amongst themselves under their breath, that at least they had the luck to not live in Sierram.
Oh god, is it still doing that? I've had a problem with the Discord links. Expiring, even though I put them on never expire. Hey Jaceful, how's it going? I'm going to fix the Discord link in a second. These fucking guys, they're so annoying. There's too much stuff up here to ignore. I forgot to put it back all back in the car. Damn it. We're spending a lot of time up here, but I'm cool with it. We've actually picked up quite a lot of the stuff we need already, so this messing around is inefficient, but I'm having fun. So what we'll do in a second, are you interested in getting into the Discord? Because I will just get you a link. I'm quite happy to do that. Right. We care a lot less about paint than we do paint, so... Right, let's fix this before I forget about it. Right, here we go. Ah, yeah. So we need to do that, then... Right. Edit. Never. So, first of all... Oh, there you go. There's your... Yeah, they just stare at me for forever until I give them treats. And then I need to identify where that's coming from. It's either stream elements. Yeah, that's coming through stream elements, isn't it? Which I need to change. Out of interest. $9D. Yeah. Yeah, that's not how it should be at all. I need to change that. But for now, I'll just fix how... No. Let me know if that Discord link works now. It would really help. Right, that should be the link updated everywhere now. Yeah, seems to work. Brilliant, thank you very much. I'm going to give them a bonus treat. Yeah, bonus treat. Your empathy for them has touched me. Do like a bit of scuff, yeah. Right. Oh, where were we? Oh, I think we've already heard that, but I'm playing it again.
How do you force 100,000 people out of their homes without facing major resistance?
Back up the hill.
Even if you're the United States government, facing down what's being peddled as the greatest threat our nation has ever faced, the answer is, you don't. This is Frequency File, Episode 3, The Human Cost.
We haven't picked up a single bit of Klim, which we're really going to need to do. Oh no, we have. We just picked one up here.
Last episode, I reported all the cold, hard facts I could get my hands on. If you missed that episode, here's the summary. There wasn't much. Now, we jump tracks to the stories of the people, to knit together old records and eyewitness
Sunk
accounts
cost
to form
fallacy
some
in
fabric of the true story.
In operation
Whoever's job
here.
it was at ARDA to suppress stories did a really good job. What they did to keep that sheer number of people from talking, and then to smear the stories that did come out, was a masterstroke of obfuscation. Unfortunately for ARDA, the cases that made it all the way to court became public record. And the facts were these. ARDA played nice at first with a generous relocation package. They offered cold, hard cash and built sprawling housing complexes in nearly every state to resettle the former residents. These new communities were built as idyllic, white picket-fenced neighborhoods where you were sure to be surrounded by all-American families who shared your same values, while enjoying the benefits of government-subsidized grocery stores, school districts, and manicured public parks. Not a bad deal from the looks of things. When it came to the holdouts, the people who wouldn't leave for any amount, things got ugly. But in the end, the government won out, as it always does. And while the government has the sovereign right to seize private property, the Fifth Amendment mandates just compensation be paid for it. But it doesn't specify when or how this compensation be made, and many dissenters ended up with nothing through good old loopholes and bureaucracy. Some of whom are still pursuing their claims to this day. But the chilling thing is, those left with empty pockets consider themselves lucky. There's a saying they mutter amongst themselves under their breath, that at least they had the luck to not live in Sierram.
Ooh. So Sierram is the sort of ground zero disaster, and it's the next episode we're getting, so we want to be listening for that. We're going to take these and put them up top. Was that and that and that. Yeah, that stuff's bad. Don't really want to touch it. Yeah! Vroom vroom. Ooh, just a second. Just a sec. I want to have a close look at that. I'm pretty sure it's nothing, but. Yeah, nothing. Oh, these generally quite good. Yeah. Only got a auto truck jammed halfway through the wall. I'm expecting a siren any time now. Yeah, I didn't craft them though. You only ever automatically close one door, which is the driver door. Which I find curious. We're looking for some pretty specific stuff here, and we've already got some of it, so... Oh, buggeration, I'm in the wrong... I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Let's take the shortcut. That is not, as you might imagine, the good sound. So normally doing this means, yeah, a bit of a descent. That's a new one. Ah! We'll have to do what we can. That's going to nick some stuff off my car if I'm not careful. storm's not too far, so maybe we can grab this last bit of Klim before we go. See what's up ahead. Oh, some marsh eggs. We need those. I want those more than I want the energy, to be honest. Yes, I know what these look like. Let's see if we can get that last energy thing before it's on us. Get off my car, you fuck! Play with that. Car's a bit beat up. We'll deal with it at the other side. Oh, we'll deal with it this side as long as the thing is clear. Alright, what we got? I'll do it. What's wrong? You're loose. And you're loose. Okay, mechanics kits 2 thereof. 1, 2. Oh, we get to try out our new Olympian blowtorch. On you. Much more fire. Right. That's good. Yeah, there's a storm coming in, but we've got time. We're going to use it. Ah, snuggle face fur. It's the best kind. I just realised we can just do that. We don't need to do all the going around the side. Right, cool. Let's get out of here. Yeah, I know. I can hear you saying that as well. So we're going to A7 next, but it is time for me to take a break. So that I am going to do. These guys are really pushing it today. Right, I shall be back shortly. I mean, seriously, this is what they're like. They sit here all day just staring at me, and if they're not staring, they're yelling. And they always do it like this, like a couple of gangsters. Give me treats or I'll cut you. I love them dearly, but seriously. Right, on to A7. I think Winston's single eye makes him look quite sort of dignified and occasionally warlike. I mean, he's got two eyes, but only one of them's really working. Yeah. Yeah. No pettings, only treats. Right, what we got here? So we're in a deep zone. There's ambient radiation everywhere. There are no special things, but there are these, and these we need. That's our target, but we want to keep an eye out for a... Which one looks better? Oh, hang on. I'll need to pause the game for proper consideration. Let's have a look. I think... Oh, they're both great. Oh, are these techies? I think you should keep both, honestly. They're different styles, and both of them are great. If I had to choose one, it would be the Eek. If I had to choose one. Right, it's a dangerous little part of town, this. But really, there's very little in it. Please tell me I've got a spare hammer. I've got a spare hammer. Excellent. That would have been disappointing. I can make an inferior hammer. But I don't want to. I did indeed find the plastic I needed. It just... I spent 40 minutes just farming the low-level zones. Which, you know, it's not that long, but when it's a stream, it's a substantial chunk of it. So I didn't make a lot of progress last time. But then again, I feel that I'm not super far from the end of the end game. So... what we're going to be doing now is farming, but at the higher level. Right, so that's great. Right, we'll probably need to put one of these in now. We've got enough battery to make this worthwhile. That looked like a converter up ahead. We've done that one. Yeah. So we'll be doing that. Never been through a tunnel in this zone before. That'd be interesting. So 1, 2, 3. The next zone is in perpetual stability. So if we... ooh, what's that? That looks like something new. That we've dealt with before. They're unpleasant. Oh, boots open. Let's take that. Put those in there. Yeah. Keep an eye on those doors. Some of them might let you in. Well, I need specific bits, really. So I'm careful about what I'm doing, because I'm always going to need plastic, and that's hard to find in these areas. So unless I spend the time that I've been spending get on the way here, like I imagine people are a lot more efficient than I am. Race through things because they're better prepared. But I'm very stop-start. Alright. Let's put those in there. Some food. Replenish the food. That's a lot of noise. I don't like that noise. You always have less time than you think in here. Whoa! Something is messing with the radio. And we need the last episode of... The fuck? That's gonna go bang. It said leeches ahead. Well, there's nothing in here that I can see. Which is both a bit of a shame and a bit of a relief. So steel doors aren't much use to me because they're just steel, and I've got lots of steel. I've got lots of scrap, unless I am not currently running low on scrap.
You're breathtaking.
Well done on getting first. No one ever... Very rarely does that get actually done at the start of the stream now.
And now we've got a visual description of hubris.
Normally to be used when actual hubris has occurred. Right, we've got another flat or something. Oh, that looks absolutely terrible out there. What have we got? Mechanics kit. You got time to craft it. There we go, we're out of time. Right, let's see if we can get those things and get out of here. I need to find out what this is. An explosive box, isn't it? Alright. Going in the wrong direction. Left the boot open. No, I didn't leave the boot open. Shit, too many things going on at once. Right. Park. Fix the boot, because we don't want to lose things. I mean, we're in good shape. But it has taken a lot of activity to get us there. Fuck off! Get off! Alright, it's all gone a bit bad. Very, very bad. Very bad. Get off my car! Get off my car! You shits. We're going to have to do this super quick and it's going to be bad. But we need these. Fuck it. We've got surprisingly lightly at the moment. I probably spoke too soon. That purple thing that's just appeared at the top left of the map will be some really special kit in a crash thing. We are not going anywhere near it. They are rarely worth the effort. It's stuff you'll get elsewhere. It's just kind of... Oh, this we are going to stop for, though. Rare, precious. Thanks. Right, time to get moving. One of the hardest things to do here is stay on task. But the next zone doesn't have a storm that's going to come. So, as long as we're careful, we should be able to spend quite a bit of time there. And this one run will probably be everything we do today, because... Imagine having to try and do this with a devil right behind you. We made it. Just check if there's anything nearby. No, let's move on then. Alright, LeQuestion, take care. You sleep well. Right. No, they don't follow you through. The zones are completely separated. A good question. I thought the same thing early in the game. But you know, you move from zone to zone and they're completely disparate. But the things attack you, but they don't tend to follow you. There's one creature in this, which I think acts like a... I've been in areas... So, what happens here is this is a mission. If we do the mission, everything will kick off. If we don't do the mission, we can probably farm.
Give us the rundown, Francis.
What, me?
The electrical grid is your department.
You know the plan as well as I do.
So you'd rather trust me than have to speak up for yourself? Guess you're on your own, driver. Good luck.
Okay, fine. The regular anchors aren't enough to overcharge the arc device to the level we need. But there's an old anomaly barricade we can piggyback onto. It's archaic technology, an early attempt to stop anomalies from drifting out into the wider Olympic Peninsula. It worked for some time.
Until it didn't.
But long enough to get the old wall built.
The barricade's in bad shape, but what's a little rampant voltage leakage? Not like the ghosts and goblins of the deep zone will mind. And if they do, more the better for Francis. Huh?
Appreciate the olive branch, Abby, but boy, do you have a lot to learn about the paranormal. I'd be happy to give you a primer after all this is over.
Ugh, hard pass. I'm far too old for that.
The car will induce a current along the barricade, in the same way you did it crossing the old wall. Every connection point needs to be induced within a limited time. Electrify the entire barricade, and we'll have all the power we need.
You heard him. Floor it, driver.
Except we're not going to do that.
You're near the barricade's operating station. Can you get in there and look around? We need something that'll give us the lay of the land.
Or maybe we are. I think maybe we are. So we can just leave. But I've got a feeling none of the things that we need will spawn here. But we've got the opportunity, so we can... Yeah, I haven't seen a single one of the things we are looking for. But a lot of the dangers. I guess we're doing the mission. That's fine, we can get some progress in. I had planned this as a jaunt to... But we've also done that. We've grabbed quite a lot of Olympium. So... got another flat or something. Wobbly tyre, flat tyre. Effect's much the same. This should charge the car right up anyway. Flat. Yeah, I think the tyres, I was thinking of replacing them when I got back to the shop. Right.
Perfect. I'm uploading the barricade map to your ARC device. By my calculations, if you electrify all 8 posts, you'll have all the power you need. Avi, does that seem right?
Does it seem right to you?
I think so. Yeah, I ran the numbers a few times, and
Then get to it, driver.
Just in case. Alright, let's do it. There's no saving in the game. It is do or die, so... Alright, right round the outer roads.
all right, it's working.
Keep it up.
I'm probably speaking too soon, but this is definitely not as hard as the first one. The previous one I didn't have time to look at the map. Last one. Bit of hard driving, that's all. Less right angle turns, which was the thing it was definitely into. Most part in this case, as long as I keep on the path. Whoa! Got a dodgy tyre, we're gonna have to manage that. Feels like there's going to be a twist. When this isn't quite as hard, I'm like, there's probably got something coming up then. It's got a trick up its sleeve.
We're charged. Arc device readings at 4.2 gigajoules and holding steady.
Good. Then we're all set. The arc device is ready to go. It'll hold that charge for as long as we need it.
Good, because I need to repair the wheel.
Looking good, driver.
Pedal to the metal, driver. Storm's coming.
Where do you need me to go? Oh, we are definitely going there then. Okay. Ah! I am glad I fixed the tyre. I am glad I fixed the tyre. Alright, we'll see what plot occurs.
Nice work out there. The whale could be a lot. Take your time and gear up. No telling what that remnant's going to unleash.
Yep. This does feel very endgamey. But the car came back in very good nick. That's a start.
Hey, driver. I sent you something, if you don't mind taking a look.
I will have a look once I've visited the friendly dumpster. Okay then. Thank you for the door. Right. Let's get our goodies out of here. It really has to think quite hard about that transfer. So this is going to be peculiar, isn't it? And we've been trying to reach you, updating your tickets in... Alright. Oh, you can't see this. What? Look. Oh, he's decided to have a sit next to me. That's very cute. Hello. I like having you here. Right, dental click there. There'll be some steel sheets we didn't want in there. Here we go. And put those in. That's useful for opening gold shells. It's just becoming like the fridge. Right, while I remember, looking for gaps here. They get stored as resources, which they are. It's fine. Just a few bits and bobs. I have a sad feeling this game's almost over, and because I've been so cautious. Once again, I've kind of not really experienced a lot of what it has to offer. But I'm probably being quite pessimistic, really. But we will be sure to give it a good send-off. Alright. Did we actually overtax this? We did, I think. We actually went over its capacity, which I've never done before. Right, so that's a lot of the tidying out. Let's see what thingy brought us. Ah, oh, whatever this is.
Tobias's favorite cryptid of them all. If it's not too much to ask, if you could put it on your dashboard, so Tobias can come along for the ride, for wherever you're going. But don't feel obligated by any means.
Oh, mate, I'm doing that. Absolutely. He's coming with us. There, look. All right. Finding out what this quirk is. They speed up. Don't really care about that one. Ooh, bang. Okay. In general, this has worked pretty amazingly. So these ones have now got extra qualities, but they keep going flat. Interesting. Have a think about the tyres. That's one for the notes. The 23rd. Right. Alright, yeah. Tyres. About right and left. 20. That's for building stuff. Right. I love the notes function in Steam. So yeah, ooh, we did not pick up any corrupt Klim. That's annoying. And we don't have enough to build that, which is the next thing I really want to do. Oh fuck it, yeah, we'll build that. Why not? I like how every improvement makes things look even more jury-rigged and... Alright. Paddle tires, lights... Hopefully there's a bit more to go here. Anyway, that is a good place to finish up for this evening. There's not many of us around, so I'm just going to say goodnight rather than doing a raid. Hope you're well. Tomorrow, possibly Beat Saber, possibly Void Crew, possibly Pacific Drive. All possible stuff, or not necessarily decided on any of it just yet. Schedule beginning to materialise though. It's looking a bit like Tuesdays, Wednesdays maybe. Tuesday, Wednesdays, Fridays, something like that, for evening streams. Tony says, "Give me food." You can't see this, but he's up on his hind legs, like really leaning into getting scritched. Very cute. Right. Hopefully I will see some of you again soon. Have a good evening. Good night.
Thank you.